See, here's the truth, okay? Hey, so I finished reading this book. Beach read. Honestly, I'm being 100% honest with you. I was not enjoying it. It's just like humor is not my cup of tea. It's not bad. I can see how some people would like it. Like, let's talk about the characters. Augustus and January, from the synopsis, no spoilers. It does say in the synopsis that like they're polar opposites, but like I ain't like it, honestly. I don't know. Maybe I feel like this one was definitely overhyped. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not like, oh my God, everybody should go run out and read it. Like, it's not one of those. Like, they're trying to write, like, novels. They're both in, like, writing slumps. Or they're both having, like, writer's block or whatever. I say writing slumps. Reading slump. In writer's block. Going through writer's block. I don't know the correct term, but they're both, like, having writer's block. I don't know. They have no motivation to write. Books are due. They're not writing. So they have this plan to, like, I write what you write about, and you write what I write about. We could help each other, and like maybe they'll like spark some like whatever. They create a deal, a plan, like here are our parameters. I'll take you to do these romantic things and you take me to go do your like things that you do to find like, it's just this book honestly was so annoying, like very lackluster. It was just so bland, and like I feel like I can't even really talk about like how I really feel about it, because the thing that disappointed me the most is a huge spoiler, so I can't say anything about it. But if you know, I didn't like that at all. It was just so annoying. It's like, how did y'all even like think to like do that? Like, you know, who, like, y'all are just so like, no. It was just like a bunch of things being thrown together. It was like a all of a sudden this history lesson. I'm not trying to spoil the book, but I feel like if you read the book, you know what I'm talking about, like going back in time and stuff. Like, let's go back in time, like, and then going back to the present in the book terms. The past versus the present in the book. It's just like, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's just stupid. It's just, let me stop being so harsh. It's not stupid, but it's just like kind of like irrelevant too. It's just like, well, it's not irrelevant, but it's just, it adds nothing to the present. What it kind of does, it's just a frustrating book. But like, honestly, very underwhelming, definitely overhyped. Emily Henry has better books than this, and like maybe her better books came out after she wrote this. Like, I think that could be what's happening. Maybe like at the time this was like really cool, and then she got better, like, you know. But I didn't really enjoy this. I was like kind of bored the whole time. I was like, I'm just like reading through it because, you know, people suggested that I do read through it, and so I did, keep my word. Like, I don't really care about like, did you finish a book? Like, honestly, but that's just me, you know. I don't know, I really don't care. But that's the book. If you want to know more, catch the wrap up, or follow me on Goodreads, and you already know. Alright, let's move on to the next book. I already had YouTube pick my next read. Y'all, this next book that you guys voted for me to read, by the way, if you want to participate in these like weekly votes on what book I read each week, basically, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I like post anything. I think that also includes like community tab posts. Answer the poll. So far, as of right now, the book that got the most votes, you know, I'm realizing that like as I go through life and as I get older, this is like so random. You really have to like operate and look at life like you are the main character of your life. And if you're the main character of your own life, what are you doing? What is the main character of your story doing? Like, stuff like that makes me think, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? If I could write my life out as a story, is my story going the way that I want it to go? Like, is it going the way that I thought it would? Usually the answer to that for most people is like, it's not going the way I thought it was gonna go. Like, it didn't happen at this time. I thought by this point, this would, all these things. Usually it doesn't happen the way you think it's gonna go, but things are happening. It just may be happening at a different pace than you want it to go. I feel like that's normal. But it's like, even with that, am I showing up every single day as the person that I see my future self being? Because my future self isn't that far away from my current self. Like, my future self literally could be like me in 3 hours from now. That's my future self. My future self could be like me tomorrow. That's my future self. My future self could be me in a year from now. That's my future self. And me in a year from now makes me nervous when I think about it, because I'm like, oh my God, in a year from now, I want things to be drastically different, like dramatically, like very different from how they are now. I don't want it to be at all how it is right now. So if I know that that's the case, then what am I doing now to make sure in a year from now things aren't exactly the same? A question, isn't it? Am I doing what needs to be done? And if I'm not doing what needs to be done, then go do it. It's time to go do it. Like now is the time. Like, stop waiting and get started. That's it. If things aren't going how you want it to go in the time that you want it to go, and do something now to fix it. Do something now to change it. It's up to you. It's up to us. Like, that's it. Rant over. Serious question. French press coffee, Nespresso coffee, drip coffee, store-bought, like, you know how you can just pour it into a cup and it's already like done? What's your go-to coffee if you're a coffee drinker? I know a lot of you guys like tea and stuff. I need to get back into my tea game actually. But honestly, the thing about this French press coffee is like it's smooth. But I don't know if my ingredient measurements are correct. I have no clue. Every time I watch videos on like how to make like French press coffee, it's just like they get too specific. You know, like, please stop doing that. Speak to me in a way that I will understand. Like, I don't know what you mean by like stop. Like, I don't even know how to describe it because I don't want to sound stupid, but I'm just like, why did you say all that? Just like, can you say like 2 tablespoons of coffee grinds and then fill up this amount of water? Like, give me that kind of specifics. Like, what are y'all even talking about? Like, anyway, so I'll just be like improvising, but I like the way that it tastes. But I'm like, do I have enough coffee in there? Actually, I have no idea. Like, is it enough caffeine? Like, I don't know. So I'm gonna just keep experiencing. I'm just gonna keep experimenting and just seeing, you know, that's all I can do. But, you know, like, while I sit here and finish the last few dregs of my coffee, I'm like planning my day, because, you know, part of like a productive day is to like know exactly what you want to do. And that's when I started thinking about like time blocking. I was like, oh my god, you can do a lot in a day. You really can. You just have to make sure that when it's time to do the thing, you get up and do the thing. Like this morning, I did not feel like doing yoga. Like, I really didn't. I was like, I don't feel like putting on this like yoga outfit like to go and just like stretch. It sounds stupid. Like, I just feel like just getting on my computer and like editing, or getting on my computer and like looking up something or research. I just love to like learn new things, and so I'm just ready to just like learn something. I'm like, I know the importance of doing yoga though, or like I know the importance of moving your body first thing in the morning. Like, it is a priority. Like, it should be a priority in everyone's lives. That way we live a long, healthy life, right? So like, why is it that even though I know that, some days the last thing I want to do is exercise, go to the gym, stuff like that. Like, that's the last thing I want to do. But I was walking towards the room and I like about to change, and I was like, do what you plan to do. Ignore how you feel right now. Put on the clothes because yesterday you planned to do this today. Stick to the plan. I kept telling myself in my head, stick to the plan, stick to the plan. Like, I know I feel like doing this one thing. Like, I feel so strongly, like within my core, like I do not want to go do this thing, you know? But then I'm like, stick to the plan. And oh my God, when I tell you, stick to your own plan, you become more reliable within your own self. Like, you feel better. Like, no, I did not want to do that. And then even as I was doing, I was just like, bored. But then I started like getting into it, and I was like, oh wait, my body is like stretching. Like, I needed that. Like, we need these things, so like do it. That's it. So anyway, I also feel like whenever you have a morning routine, that's probably like one of the most feminine things you can do. Like, when I think about, see, here's the truth, okay? I am like relearning how to be a feminine woman. And like, this is like the honest truth. Because when I was growing up, I never really was like that like feminine girly girl type. You know, I don't know why I keep saying girl, but I wasn't that like girly. Like, I wasn't. Like, I have a brother, he's older than me. I look up to him. Like, you know how you have an older sibling and you just like, when, especially when you're younger, you're like, take me everywhere with you, you know? But then like, I'm with guys all the time. Like, I'm with my bros, you know? Like, I'm a really like down to earth kind of girl. Cause I'm like, grew up with like brothers, and my brothers would bring his friends to the house, and then it would be just like me and like my brother, because my mom would be like, take your sister with you. You know how they go, you know how it goes, like, oh, take her with you. And so I would always be like with them, you know, just like chilling, you know, like playing video games with them, stuff like that. And every now and then I would go over with my girl cousins. Sometimes it would be the other way around too. My girl cousins would come over, and then my brother Jerry would just be like with the girls, you know? So like, we have a little bit of both, like, you know? So it was the same way, other way around, but I don't know how to describe it. The girls, my girl cousins, the girls that I hang out with, I feel like all of us are masculine. Like, I'm gonna just be honest and say it. Like, I think that is a common trait amongst a lot of people like me. If you're like me, you know what I mean. Like, we're just masculine. Like, because we had to be, like, growing up. Like, you have to defend yourself, you have to protect yourself, like, you know, struggle life, all this kind of stuff. Like, when you grow up in an environment like that, you can't just be like, you know, stop. You gotta be like, boy, back up. Like, don't touch me. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta put a little like, what are you talking about? Like, don't talk to me like that. Because people will try you. And like, when you live where we're from, they will try you when you're like 7 years old. 8. I know how it sounds. It sounds like, what you mean you getting tried like you're a 7-year-old? It's like, if you don't know what I mean, you don't know what I mean. But if you know what I mean, you know. It's like, you could just be at like a regular school, and then some girl would just come up to you and try to bully you, and it's like, you either let yourself get bullied or not. And it happens so often in these environments. If you move to a different city, you would have a completely different school experience where everyone just literally just goes to school and do work and just like go home. And no one's trying to like be aggressive to anybody. Of course, you always have those few who are like, you know, because like that's normal, but it's not like the culture. Like, this is like the environment, like fights all the time and stuff like that. Like, when you grow up in an environment like that, you become more like aggressive, more masculine energy. And now that I'm a grown adult and I can think for myself, I'm old enough and like grown enough to not think based on my environment. I could think beyond my environment. I could think, I don't want to say above it, but like I can like take myself out of the environment and be objective and look around, you know? Not everybody can do that. A lot of people can only like think as far as their environment. That's how you stay trapped in the environment. You get what I'm saying? The only way to like get out of wherever you're at, if you really want to, is you have to think how people who are not there think. You cannot think the way that everybody there thinks, because that's why everybody is there. You have to think outside of the box. That's basically how I view that phrase, like think outside of the box. Like like if everybody is sitting in the box, you need to think about something that nobody in this box thought about yet, and that's how you get out of the box. Think outside of it. But anyway, all that is to say is that's a little backstory about my life, but you know, it's about who I am today, who I am and where I am now. I don't really talk about my my past often, like usually like never ever, but it's important because like this is like I'm at a very pivotal moment in my life right now where I'm like, okay, I can decide who I want to be. You can do this literally every single day. You can wake up and decide, who do I want to be today? Like, how do I want to be perceived today? Do I want to be cozy girl, lazy girl today? Or am I my boss energy babe, like get up and grind mode today? Or am I in my feminine, girly, soft era today? Like, I think it's important to like, you can't be the only one way all the time. You need balance. You need to be able to put on your boss hat, and then you need to be able to relax in your feminine. And I think that's the problem. I've gone so long not relaxing in my feminine. It was always like a last thing that was on my mind. Like the first thing was always like hustle, hustle, get out of this environment. Hustle, 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 which is not a bad thing because now I'm in a completely different environment. So that work, that paid off. But now that I'm out of that environment, I still feel that same like hustle, 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 get up and go, gotta get out of this environment, even though I'm in a better environment. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just how I feel. Like I'm never just like satisfied. I don't think that's uncommon. But it's also like, I also don't think it's a bad thing either, because it's like, well, that's how you achieve goals. You set a goal and then you work to achieve it. And if you're not achieving that goal, why would you be satisfied? Nothing is going the way you wanted it to go. I'm literally like rambling, but it's just like, it's just on my head. It's like people are allowed to change depending on the season, especially if you're a woman. We have hormonal changes, hormonal seasons within our bodies monthly. So the way I show up today might be completely different in a week from today, because you know things change in our bodies that would literally prohibit me from being as like go go go, because my body is saying, girl, you better sit down, you know, so stuff like that. So anyway, all that is to say is I'm allowed to change. I'm allowed to like do whatever I want to do. Okay, I'm allowed to not be how I was for so long. I have to give myself permission to change into the person that I want to be. I want to be like, when I imagine my future self, I just see the like pink everywhere and like nice beautiful long hair, nice nails, and just like polished. Like I just see myself looking like that versus how I look right now. You know, I don't look entirely busted, but yeah. Anyway, I see myself living and looking and being a certain way, and I will not stop until I become that way. I am that way currently, and I think that's what's eating at me. It's like, okay, this masculine role, this masculine energy has got to just drop, because that's not what I see for myself in the future. I don't see myself being this like masculine hat, like CEO, like whatever, but I do want to be a CEO though. So but I do want to have my own business and have my own empire though. So it's like, how can I still have my own business empire and actually be boss babe energy, but still be girly girl, soft, feminine energy? But when it's time, I guess the answer is, when it's time to put on that hat, you put on that hat. When it's time to be CEO Jerrilyn, you step into that role, and then the masculinity might come out a little bit. And when it's time to be soft, feminine Jerrilyn, when you're not wearing the CEO hat, you can be more like, you can do a little bit of both. I'm going to try to do both and see what happens. But if you see where I'm going with this, if you like this kind of vibe, or if you're curious as to like where this is gonna go, like my journey, because I'm definitely gonna be documenting this, definitely hit the subscribe button and the like button. We're in this together, okay?